Hello, Libra Sun, Capricorn Rising. My name is Tanya, and I'll be doing a year ahead reading for you. This is going to cover the next 12 months. So I'll be pulling one card per month, and then I'll also pull a card from the bottom of the deck that will give us some more insight about what the year ahead is about, maybe a major theme or some subject that the cards or spirit wants you to know for the next year. So we're just shuffling up here. We'll say with Capricorn as your rising, people may see you as a very business-like person. You may be very service-orientated, at least on the outside. And I think on the inside too. You may maybe be involved in a nonprofit as a financial director or something like that. Because with with Capricorn as your rising, that means that your sun is most likely in the 10th house, which is the house of career. So that may be where your career is, or maybe where you have natural talents, is in service industries with Capricorn. And you may come off as very serious and intent in your work, which is not a bad thing. It's very admirable. So let's see what the year ahead has for our Libra Sun, Capricorn Rising watchers. Surrender. We'll see if that comes up again. Libra Sun, Capricorn Rising. What do we have? And Judgment. Okay. Cards are very excited about the year ahead for you. So let's see what we have here. Essentially, surrender to the next level. All right. Shuffle, shuffle. And we good? We're good. Cut. Okay, let's start off with October. We have the Page of Pentacles. November is Judgment. December is the Wheel. January, the Seven of Swords. February, the Ten of Swords. March, the Five of Swords. Interesting so far. April, the Five of Wands. May, the Devil. June, the Moon. Am I right? July, yeah. Six of Swords. August, the Magician. And September, the World. So far I can say I'm seeing quite a few major arcana cards and a lot of cards indicating some challenges over this next year or some things to overcome. So let's see what we have on the bottom of the deck. The Eight of Wands, a very active year. Wands are a fire element, and if you think of flames of fire, it can be all-consuming. It could flicker and go out in an instant. But it's always moving. When it is there, it's quick, right? And it's moving. It doesn't sit still. It's not a slow moving thing. It's a quicker energy. It's a very active energy. And this is usually about passion, creativity, things that ignite us, that fire us up. And the Eight of Wands in particular are about a lot of things moving fast, coming in quick. Lots of things. Just be ready, because you can't rest. Kind of energy. You got to be prepared. So let's bring that over here for now. So starting out here in October with the Page of Pentacles, this may indicate, because Pentacles are about material things, about our job, about home life, things like that. Material possessions or the ways that you can attain them. So this feels like you're a student or you're in student mode, maybe learning about some new process or something. It's kind of like planting a seed, but we're not as literal as the Ace of Pentacles can be. This is about learning. This is about study. This is about gaining an understanding of how something works. So kind of in that student mode, as I said before, here in October. So it could be that you're studying a new program at work that may eventually help you move up. Or it could be, if you're in college, it could be maybe you're changing your major or changing your area of study. It could even be that you're thinking about changing what you do for a living. And this would be a month where you're investigating the possibilities, how you might do that. So it's a lot of analysis this month of learning what possibilities are or learning something new and how to do it. Not actively doing it necessarily, but it's a lot of learning, bookwork, research kind of energy that I'm getting here. And then we come into the Judgment card for November. The Judgment card is about leveling up, about you've done all the work and now here is your success. Here is the actualization or the realization of the work that you've done so far. So this could be recognition around something. This could be a literal promotion. But it's leveling up in some way. Maybe you're closing on a house, something like that, where it's moving you from one place to another, a literal step up in November. For some of you, it may just be a very spiritual thing, but I'm feeling for the majority of you, has to do with the pentacles and that area of life. So the career or the home in some way, or how you obtain material things. Maybe you've started your own business and this is the month that you kick it off in November, or some project, something new to you that you kick off that you've been waiting for and building up to, and now you're launching it. It's that kind of thing that we have going on here in November. And then we have the wheel in December. Now the wheel is about change. It's about evolution, right? Revolution, evolution. Moving. You could move forward or you could move backward. So this isn't a month to let fear get in your way in December. So you've had a big move here in November, and it's natural to, if things aren't going immediately gangbusters, right? It's not taken off right away. It could be a slower moving thing, and you just need to be patient. So don't let fear make you slide backward. Don't let the doubts creep in and bring you backward on the wheel. You want to keep moving forward. You want to keep your balance and let the wheel move and continue to move forward with you. It may not move as fast as you want it to. It is going to be holiday seasons, at least here in the States. I think most places around the world. Stay on top of the changes. You need to evolve. So you may learn some things. Now that you've launched it, now you've leveled up, you may learn some things maybe that you weren't expecting or that you just didn't know about because it's your first time doing this stuff. And you just need to be aware that that could happen, that those changes could come up, that there may be something that you need to step in and learn more about in December. But stay on top of it in December, because there may be a little bit of insecurity there that you just need to be aware of. Stay on top of it so that wheel can keep moving forward and keep evolving with you and for you. And that for you is also part of it. Just keep that forward momentum going as it builds up over time, right? Progress is progress. I know I say that a lot in a lot of different places, but even if it's slow, really agonizingly slow, it's still progress. It's still a step in the right direction. And then we come to the Seven of Swords in January. Now swords, and you have a lot of swords here in a row. And this might be related to some of these changes that were coming up here in December and the things that you need to adjust. The Seven of Swords, a lot of times it's depicted as thievery. Someone thinks they're getting away with something. Swords are about our thoughts, though, our ideas, how we process things, communication, too. So it could be, what am I getting for you in January for the Seven of Swords, for Libra Sun, Capricorn Rising? You feel like you're leaving something behind. Okay. So there may be a feeling in January like you're leaving something behind, that you're forgetting something, that you need to bring it all with you. And the answer here is you don't. It's just a bit of It's not self-doubt, it's societal pressure. So you may in January, you may get some pressure from other people or from society and things that you see out there where you feel like you should be including all these other things because that's what everybody else wants. This is going to be a month for you to focus on what's working for you in spite of what everybody else is saying. So try not to give in to that pressure. Try to stay true to you and stay strong in your ideas and how you want to do things, because that's what's working for you. That is your unique thing. That's what sets you apart from the others, is that you don't do the same things that everybody else is doing, that you do it your own way. So keep doing it your way and don't let societal pressure and ideas and ideals get in the way of what works for you in January. In February, we have the Ten of Swords. Now, this is the end of a cycle of a certain thought process or something that's been coming up. Normally, this is a pretty devastating looking card in most tarot decks. This is the person that's usually laying on the beach with all the swords in them. I like how they have it depicted here with the crows as the swords in the sky and the person moving on from what's happened in the past. They're leaving it behind. It's over. It's done. There's no going back on it. There's no rethinking it. It's done. Done, done, done. So this is you recognizing that and getting up and going your own way, literally. Moving on from it. You're not letting it hold you back anymore. You're not letting anybody else hold you back. You're leaving behind the thoughts and ideas that no longer serve you. The thoughts and ideas that have held you back in the past. The fears, the overthinking, the analysis paralysis, and you're trusting yourself more, your whole body, your intuition more, and not letting the fear get in the way of your success. And that's what I have here for February for you. So this is quite an evolution. It seems so far it's focused on this new career or home journey, how you obtain your material things. It's very much about that, the evolution of that, or something that you're kicking off here. And then we come up to the Five of Swords in March. Now, fives in general are a little like a hiccup on the road, the little speed bump on the road, right? You have to slow down for it or you might bottom out. You need to stop and pause. It's a challenge that's thrown in your way to see if you are really ready to move on, if you are really ready to take the next steps down this path. And with the swords, this is a challenge to your ideals, a challenge to how you're doing things or how you think things should work. What do you need to change? Do you need to change anything? So this is where you really need to be mentally strong or mentally prepared to deal possibly with some difficult clients, maybe with a legal matter that could also come up here. So you want to make sure you're prepared for it. As you're going through all of this stuff, maybe knowing that this might come up as a legal matter or something, make sure you get all your licensing, all your business stuff in place and ready before March. Because in March, there may be a legal challenge here. It may be an unhappy customer leaving bad reviews or something like that. You need to be prepared to handle something like that. And not in a negative way. You want it to be something that you can turn positive. So have a strategy in place to handle that. That's what I have in March. Or maybe March is when you're forced to come up with that strategy if you don't already have one in place. I would also reach out to other people in your industry to find out how they handle certain things or what were the gotchas that they encountered in their journey that you should look out for. Okay. And yeah, this is a pretty quick moving thing. I think anyway, for starting something new, it's fast energy. There's always something happening here. And then we come up here in April with the Five of Wands, another challenge. This time it's around creativity, passion, competition. So there may be somebody who's trying to compete with you, but they don't deliver it in the same way that you do. But they're trying to copy, to mimic. And yes, that can be the highest form of flattery, but it can also be very frustrating when you've put in the work to do this and now someone else is trying to copy it. So you need to be strong in your voice here, that on what you are offering, you need to add some clarity around it, or you need to in some way claim your process, claim your method of doing things, so that people know you are the first one that came up with it. It did originate with you. You are the original. So again, this might be another part. Maybe that's where it's a copyright type thing that you need to handle in March, and that's going to help you here in April, so that then you can pull that copyright card out and say, nope, that's mine. You can't use that. That might be what's going on. Or you want to make sure you get it out on social media so other people can see what you're doing. Is that right? That feels right. There's something else in here too with this flame up here that everybody's reaching for the same flame, for the same recognition. I think if you can carve out or create your own flame, nobody else can catch or nobody else can touch your flame, if that makes sense. So there is some passion, there is some piece of creativity or twist that you have on things that is extremely unique to you and how you do it. You need to make sure that that flame shines bright and is only accessible to you, and you need to feel it. This isn't necessarily something that's going to be external, but it's going to be something that your customers or the people that you work with notice about you specifically and are drawn to for you. So your flame needs to be the colors that you want. Your flame needs to have your unique signature on it. And by flame, I mean use your passion for what you're doing. Use your passion and your excitement for your work. Let that bleed through to people. Let them feel that excitement that you have for it. Let them feel that passion. Let them see it. That's going to bring them to you over others more than anything, is your passion for what you do. And that's going to be here in April. In May, we have the devil. Now, the devil is sort of about temptation. It's about letting our doubts overcome us, letting our fears take hold, giving into temptation to splurge when maybe we shouldn't splurge, over imbibe, etc. Sink into some sort of bad behavior that's unique to you, that lets you slide back or that holds you back. So here in May, with these 2 months of challenges, of difficulties, of having to push through hard, you may be tempted to give up. And this is saying, no, don't. Don't give up yet. Do not do that. Recognize what's going on. Acknowledge that, yes, there is a slump. Yes, there is this hard part. And yet you just have to keep pushing through. Don't give in to the easy answer of just quitting and going back to what you knew before. Right? The devil's about taking the easy way out. Now, while overall in life, your path should feel smooth. If it's true to you, if it's truly your path, it should feel easy and natural to you. But our egos, our experience, because we are human beings, we do, when things are going smoothly, when things are working out, we start to second guess. It's like we're waiting for the disaster to happen. This is that kind of energy that I'm feeling here. You don't want to enter into it. You don't want to stay in that waiting for the other shoe to drop kind of energy. You don't want to stay in that fear-based, that lack mentality kind of thing. So be aware that in May, you may feel a bit of that coming in, and you'll need to push back on it. You'll need to be aware of it and try to find a way to step out of it, to acknowledge how far you have come and where you have succeeded. So recognizing your accomplishments here in May instead of focusing on the negatives, focus on the positives in May, and that will help pull you through that period, which is a natural part of evolution, of growth. And then we come up into June with the moon. To me, for you, excuse me, this feels like you're unlocking something within you. There's some secret, as you're going through this process here of overcoming your fears, of not letting them pull you down. There's this retrospective time here in June for you where you're looking more internally. Maybe you're even doing some meditation or prayer or something that gives you time to recognize some hidden shadows within you that you need to bring to light, that you need to set free, that you need to integrate within you as part of you. We all have shadows. We all have dark sides, negatives versus positives. It's all about balance. And it feels like you're finding some of that balance here in June. And it's very much about going internal. It does feel very much about shadow work. And shadow work is about looking into our psyche, looking into our fears and our triggers, and identifying why they're there. What are they trying to protect? What are they trying to stop you from doing? Look into them, investigate them, take some time to sit with them, acknowledge them, and then let them go or integrate them with you. And this is just going to build you up to a better and stronger person and a stronger business person too. Because there are parts of us that can hold us back or slow us down if we don't do that. And they'll just continue to keep coming up. And you'll revisit the devil energy again, right? That temptation to just stop. The temptation to just go back to what you knew before. Why is that? Why do you keep falling into that pattern? That's what June is going to be all about, is looking into your shadows and uncovering some truths about yourself and empowering yourself. Because it can be very empowering to do this, to recognize that, integrate it, and then it's just a very empowering thing. It feels amazing. That recognition, once you've done that, it's very freeing. For the soul and for your physical person too. And I love how this landed here with this. Okay, moving on. July, the Six of Swords. It's about moving on. How about that? Pretty good, huh? After these challenging months here, right? And some deep introspective work here, in June, you are moving on now from what doesn't serve you anymore. You're leaving behind the thoughts, the ideas, the ideals, etc., the behaviors that are not serving you anymore. The Six of Swords is about moving on after difficulty. It comes after the Five of Swords. You know what? I'm done. I'm over it. I'm moving on to better and calmer waters, onto something that serves me better, whatever that might be, wherever I find it. But I'm leaving behind what's not working anymore. That's not working for me anymore. It's time for me to let that go and leave it behind. And I am ready and I am going. So there may be a business change, there may be a location change, but there will be a shift in you after these 4 months here, especially after you've recognized what the problem is. And now you've come up with a solution, which includes moving on or leaving behind the things that aren't serving you. What is it? It feels almost like it was an old relationship or a belief you grew up with, or something that was instilled into you by other people that just doesn't fit who you are. And it's time and you're ready to let that go, because you recognize that's not part of you. That was part of them. That's part of their beliefs. That's not you. And that's you moving on from this here in July of next year. And then so you're building yourself up now. I'll say that. Major glow up coming up. We move into August with the Magician. The Magician is the first card in the Major Arcana that the Fool meets on the journey. The magician has all the tools that they need to create whatever they want. They have the connections. They have all the tools. They have the cups, the pentacles, the swords, and the wands. They know how to use them together, and they know how to use the energy of the earth and then the energy of the heavens, of the divine, to create what is needed. So this is your energy here in August. It's like everything that you can think of is coming true. All of the things that, all of your ambitions are being realized, if you will, here in August. So this is a month of success. This is a month where things start paying off. This might be the first month where you make a profit, or where you recognize that, yes, this is me. I can do this, right? It's been more of a thing that you want to do. I really want, instead of I am doing. Now you are doing it. You are the successful business person. You are the boss. You are the one in charge. You are capable of making it happen. And you do. And it comes easily to you. That's August. And then, continuing on the theme, we move to next September with the World. Beautiful card. The World is the actualization of the dream, the final step in the journey of the major arcana. The realization that you have learned all the things and you are ready to step out into the world as the brand new you, confident, excited about the future, ready to keep moving forward and start the next thing, move on to the next project, move on to the next stage of your life. And I think that's a beautiful, beautiful way to end the year for Libra Sun, Capricorn Rising. And it certainly is, as the theme here had, a very active year. So that's what I have for you. Please hit that like button and please hit subscribe and help my channel grow. That's one of the things I am accomplishing. Enjoy your year ahead. Thank you so much for watching, and I will talk to you later.